By constantly delegating everything to AI, aren't we simply becoming background characters in our own story? That's the question Melanie Mitchell raises in her book Artificial Intelligence. Without ever trying to demonize AI, she shows how our growing dependence on it might slowly disconnect us from what makes us human, our ability to think, question, and choose consciously. So today, for day 32 of my challenge to read 60 books in 60 days, I'm gonna share with you how to stay the main character in your own life, even in a world where AI can do almost everything. Transition. First, AI is an amazing tool, and AI is not a problem itself. But the way we are using AI is indeed disconnecting us. My point is not to tell you that AI is a bad thing. But the fact that AI can do almost everything for us is something our brain understands differently. Since our brain is lazy, it does not like to do efforts or anything. So it finds in AI a good reason, a good excuse to stop thinking. That's why AI is making us thinking less. It's making reflection something rare. This is the problem. Because as human beings, we need this ability to think by ourselves. And there are two main reasons why we need this ability to think by ourselves. The first reason, our thoughts are unique. Thinking is what created AI. Thinking is what gave birth to Apple, what gave birth to ChatGPT, Microsoft, Amazon, or whatever you want. Thinking is the main ability of us human beings. And thinking is the only thing that differentiates us from our dog or our cat. But by constantly delegating AI, at a point that when somebody asks you a question, you go and ask to ChatGPT. When you have an exam, you take a picture and send it to ChatGPT. Every time you have a question, you are on Google trying to ask the question, the answer. You don't want to think by yourself anymore. But when you don't think, how do you solve problems? Some of the most urgent decisions you will have to make. Sometimes you have to make decisions. Sometimes you have to make choices, and ChatGPT cannot help you doing these things. But if you get used or create this bad habit to ask everything to ChatGPT when you have a question, you are just killing this ability to think before making a decision by yourself. If you cannot think by yourself anymore, how do you solve problems? How do you become the entrepreneur you want to be? How do you become the wealthy or the successful man you want to be? How do you become this person everybody admires in the world if you cannot think by yourself anymore? If every time you have a question, even the dumbest questions you may have, you just go open ChatGPT and ask the question to ChatGPT. This is what is killing. And this is why you need to start thinking by yourself. As a human, you need to think by yourself. And overusing ChatGPT, delegating everything to ChatGPT is making you losing this ability, this capacity, this thing that just differentiates you from your dog. And the second reason why you need to think by yourself is that when you stop thinking, you will easily get manipulated. If you don't think, you don't ask questions. If you don't think, you don't doubt anything that is told to you. You can be easily lied, easily deceived, easily manipulated. That's why you need, as a human being, this capacity to think by yourself before making a decision. Because when you don't think, when you stop thinking, anybody can get you deceived. Anybody can get whatever they want from you if you never ask a question, if you trust everything that is told to you, if you don't take the time to think before doing something, you will easily get manipulated. And these are two things that will allow you to stay human, to stay the one in control, even when you are using ChatGPT. The third thing is for you to trust your intuition and creativity. It is easy to trust and believe ChatGPT, but ChatGPT does not have any intuition. AI does not have any intuition. It is amazing, but sometimes it will tell something to you. You have a doubt. Dare to ask the question. See AI like a friend of yours. It thinks somehow. It gives perfect and coherent answers somehow. This is the truth. So see AI like a friend of yours. And when you're talking to them, you have an intuition. Dare to ask the question. Dare to tell them. Dare to say, I do have a different thought. What do you think about it? I would like us to do this way. I know what you've done as and this answer. I know this answer is amazing, but I have another question. I have another point to signal. I have another point. Oh, I think this way. This is how I would like it to be. They're telling to AI what you want. Be creative when you're working with AI. AI is just there to make you more creative, not to tell you what to do or what to say. So use AI to be more creative. Dare to ask the question. Dare to say, I would like it to be specifically like this. Everything you think, you write it down and describe to AI. I would like it to be specifically like this. This is how you stay human. This is how you stay in control. And this is how you stay the one who has the power when you're using AI. And the second thing you could do is to use your critical thinking. What is your critical thinking means? It is you don't take everything AI tells you like 100% true. Dare to ask a second answer. Dare to ask to AI if there is not a better way to say this. Dare to ask to AI if there is not another research that confirm what you've just said. Dare to ask to AI, what if what is you telling me is not there a different answer? Is not there a different way to say it? Is not there somebody who thought something differently? Ask for confirmation, ask for a second information, ask for verification. Never take the first answer AI tells you. Always there to ask for a second verification. Always there to ask for a second time for it to give you the best information. This way, you are using AI like the master, not like the control and the slave. I hope this video was useful for you. I will see you tomorrow for day 33. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.